Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies, how the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Zap Electric Vehicles is run by a team of experts from the mobility industry on a mission to redefine the electric two-wheel segment. Zap's debut product, the i300, is an urban electric high-performance two-wheeler capable of traditional motorcycle levels of performance and a step-through format, making them easier to use and more fun to ride. So for this premium product, the company's premium direct-to-customer experience comes with that as well. So customers ordering the i300 online will have their bikes conveniently delivered to their home. And today, I am happy to have Swin, Chatsuwan, the CEO of Zap Electric Vehicles. So great to have you here. And let's just start with what led to the founding of the company.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us on the show. It's a pleasure to be here and to share our journey. Firstly, the founders are passionate about motorcycles, so that was a good starting point. But also, we all have a business background in the automotive sector. So we saw electrification as an opportunity to create a new category of motorcycle, as you mentioned. Our first product, i300, introduced what we believe could be the sector's first significant innovations in the last 50 years. It should set the standard for at least another 50 years. So this is really the start of a long-term business.
Well, I got a chance to see the bike, and it is very cool looking, and it's won 9 design awards. Explain that. Why is that important?
Today, design is everything. It creates a new brand's DNA, which is critical for the marketing team in today's social media world. The 9 awards validate the originality, the newness, and the significance of i300's design. And today's product design awards consider both form and function. This benefits the customers as well as the way we deliver our product.
Now, giving this different approach to design, how does that position Zap relative to competitors?
Yes, so design drives desirability. It makes that all-important first emotional connection with customers. In i300's case, I hope it makes them want to buy the product as opposed to just buying another EV. It gives our brand legitimacy against the old gasoline brands. i300's exoskeleton itself is a distinctive design and creates the memorable starting point in the customer's experience of our product. But it also underpins our chassis technology. The design creates new customer benefits beyond EV, and we've used the EV powertrain architecture to create a new category of two-wheeler. We call it superbike specs in a scooter form factor. It also provides higher in-use sustainability and benefits our company and the environment in other ways. The low component architecture lowers costs, reduces materials, and streamlines assembly to make the whole process more sustainable. This part, we call this combination Gen 2 sustainability.
Okay, interesting. And I believe there are a lot more motorcycles sold. The streets are filled with them than what we see here in the US. So it's kind of a different culture. I mean, where can you expect, do you think, to sell the most i300s?
Sure. Remember that in the US, two-wheelers are still toys. But in the rest of the world, not just Vietnam, but the rest of Southeast Asia and other parts of Asia and Europe, they are a primary form of transportation. And so the market, the international market, is really big. It's actually similar in dollar terms to the US pickup truck market and the US luxury car market. Europeans actually buy 4 times more two-wheelers than Americans do, and at a similar price point. Asians, as you mentioned, buy more units than Americans do, and that totals about 50 million two-wheelers last year. More than half of those are indeed in Southeast Asia and India, and these are some of our key markets. Interestingly also, it's growing thanks to increased purchasing power in emerging markets. And rotations to EV two-wheelers has been stronger than cars, 30% of all two-wheelers sold in China are now EV. In 2023, India passed the 1 million units EV for the first time, and it's expected to break through 10% of total sales next year. This will be combined with the imminent ramping of a new company also called Ola, and they're expecting to IPO this year for a $5 billion valuation. So this is an immense opportunity for Zapp and its shareholders, given that we're in the same kind of markets, and our market cap today is much lower by comparison.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Swin, for coming in and explaining this. Like I said, I got a chance to see the bike at an event last night. Beautiful, well-structured. So I wish you the best of luck.
Great. And thank you for having us on the show again.
Lameness issues, joint pain, and osteoarthritis can be difficult to treat and debilitating for an animal's health and well-being. Take control of lameness issues and joint pain. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. With just one injection, Spring with OsteoCushion technology targets the root cause of lameness issues, joint pain, and osteoarthritis, helping animals do what they do best.
Bonsai International is a marketing technology company and providing data-driven marketing and sales solutions for various businesses in the United States, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and the Asia Pacific. And with me is Davy, the CEO, chairman, and co-founder. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's just start with, give me an overall view of the company. What's the mission, the vision of Bonsai?
Yeah, sure. Bonsai's mission is basically to help our customers accomplish their mission. And for our customers who are marketers, what that means is basically being more efficient, more effective in the marketing campaigns that they run, engaging their customers more effectively. And so the way we do that, our vision is basically, we believe that over the next 10 years that AI is going to eat marketing. And we believe that the solution to that is customer engagement that's data-driven. And so what we're building at Banzai is basically a platform business of data-driven solutions for marketing that provide, either raw data that our customers can leverage to make them more effective, provide analytics tools that they can use to make better business decisions, or provide applications that they can use that ultimately, either produce some data that's valuable to them, that rely on data that enables them to be more effective. So it's basically for us all comes down to more effective data, more effective marketing.
Yeah. So what works for sales? I mean, what are you seeing is effective in the marketplace to drive sales? Yeah.
There's no substitute for getting in front of your customer and having effective, conversations with them. In person, but also virtually.
Okay.
One of our other products, Demio, was just named the #1 webinar product for marketers by Forbes. And so, this is a huge opportunity right now. I think for marketers, the biggest challenge they're having is just how do they cut through the noise? Because, there's so many companies out there today. Market has become really, really competitive across almost every field, security, IT, HR, there's more competition than ever before. Marketers need to find ways to build deeper customer relationships, find messages that resonate. Ultimately, they need to be able to take their data and use it effectively to drive their sales process, to drive their follow-up. So, for our customers, the thing that makes a big difference for them is being able to, create those experiences, take that data, and then ultimately push that data into a sales workflow that works for them. But over time, we're zooming out. I mean, we're not, we don't think of ourselves in any way as an event company or as a webinar company or anything like that. We really think of ourselves as a data company. We think of those as just solutions that we power, using that core competency that we have. And so we're looking at other applications, other types of raw data that we can provide, and acquisitions that we can do that are related to that.
Now, what's in store for this year?
Big focus for us this year is just creating scale in the business. I think, we are, in our opinion, there are a lot of companies that are coming on the market at attractive prices. So I think if we can find, attractive companies that we feel good about, that we think are good deals, and that we can effectively execute on those acquisitions, then I think we can scale this business up really, really dramatically. And that's basically our number one focus for the year, is just how do we get our business to, can we get a business to a, 25 million, 50 million, $100 million scale? What's the timeline to do that? Can we do that in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years? So the better that we execute, I think the faster we'll be able to pull that timeline in. But really that creating that scale just through that strategic consolidation of this industry is the biggest opportunity here. I think there's an opportunity for us to create a very big business here over time if we are disciplined about what we're doing, and if we're focused on it, and if we're able to find great companies that want to be part of our overall platform.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Great
you so
to hear
much for
about
having
Bonsai.
me.
Thanks.
The Gondola Safe Tank is a new financial product that can be purchased as either a no volatility or a low volatility allocation. With the no volatility option, minimum guarantees and a steady growth rate are expected. With the low volatility option, the growth rate may be similar to the S&P 500 index, except with one major difference. A 0% floor means you'll never see a loss. The result is that our Gondola Safe Tank low volatility option can frequently result in more dependable cash in your account. To see how your personalized Gondola Safe Tank would help you, check out MySaftTank.com. That's MySaftTank.com today.
Gondola is a platform that will revolutionize money management by using a safe tank. The Gondola Safe Tank is a simple, straightforward tool that allows retail investors to keep their existing lifestyle while minimizing losses, increasing liquidity, ultimately gaining more use and control of their money. And with me is Brian Dumont, the CEO of Gondola, to explain the company and the safe tank. This is a new company, right?
Yes, it is, Jane.
Tell us about it.
Well, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. So Gondola is the name of our company, and Safe Tank is our product. A Gondola Safe Tank does two things. Number one, it eliminates volatility. And number two, it eliminates taxes. What are the two biggest risks to any portfolio? Volatility and taxes. And we throw in a third thing, which is a kicker, which is liquidity. Any investor knows that if you're going to have access to opportunities, you need liquidity. So it's really the perfect mix, and will, I think, become investors' best friend.
Yeah, so this is like an account of sorts, right? Called a safe. How does this work? Say I'm interested in doing it. What do I do? What's my first step?
Yeah, so you can go to MySaftTank.com. That's MySaftTank.com, and you can look at what we have there. And in less than a minute, you can to what's called our PEM, our personal economic model, answer a couple of questions, and we will give you an estimate of what you can save in taxes with a Gondola Safe Tank and what you can avoid from potential losses with a Gondola Safe Tank.
What about the name Gondola? Is there a significance to that?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So a gondola, as you know, is a vessel that carries you safely on a journey, right? Whether that's the Italian boat kind of gondola or the little cable car that goes up the mountain. Mm-hmm. We think of our safe tank as the car that brings you up safely to the top of the mountain. What's the top of the mountain? No volatility, no taxes, and liquidity.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's
where the name comes from. Why has nobody done anything like this before?
That's a great question as well. And it partly because, well, I've been doing it with my clients for over 20 years. I have private clients, private wealth clients. However, we realized, my brother, who's my co-founder, and I, that during the pandemic, we had to find another way to bring this to people. And at that point, the technology, as well as people's familiarity with having video calls rather than in-person, face-to-face, is now a reality. And when we add that to what's happening with AI, we now know that we'll be able to deliver this on a national platform.
How are you using AI?
So AI will become sort of an advisor that will screen, help, and teach people all about the Gondola Safe Tank. And then when they're ready, they can talk to a live person.
A live person. How can somebody find out more about this?
I suggest they go to MySaftTank.com, and we have quite a bit of information there. And if you'd like more, reach out and contact one of us.
Yeah. Okay, Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jane.
Thanks.
The Gondola Safe Tank is a new financial product that can be purchased as either a no volatility or a low volatility allocation. With the no volatility option, minimum guarantees and a steady growth rate are expected. With the low volatility option, the growth rate may be similar to the S&P 500 index, except with one major difference. A 0% floor means you'll never see a loss. The result is that our Gondola Safe Tank, low volatility option, can frequently result in more dependable cash in your account. To see how your personalized Gondola Safe Tank would help you, check out MySaftTank.com. That's MySaftTank.com today.
La Rosa Realty is a holding company for 5 agent-centric, technology-integrated, cloud-based, multi-service real estate segments. And with me is Joe La Rosa, the CEO of La Rosa Holdings, and also Peter Goldstein, CEO and founder of Exchange Listing and also Emmis Capital. And let's start with you, Peter. I mean, I know you wrote a book and you've been working with companies to take them public. Start with your book, and then let's talk a little bit about what you do for businesses.
Thanks, Jane. Yeah, I have a 35-year background as an entrepreneur, majority of that in the capital markets as an investment banker, advisor, investor, and founder. And I wrote a book called The Entrepreneur's IPO to really educate entrepreneurs about what's possible for small cap and micro cap companies. You know, there's a myth around Wall Street where everybody thinks you need to be a unicorn in order to do an IPO. Well, it's just not true. So the book is a practical guide. It also includes top industry experts with their tips and opportunities to educate entrepreneurs about listing their companies and accessing the capital markets.
Now, that's really valuable information because you're absolutely right. A lot of people are like, oh, there's no way you can go public. So what's a couple pieces of advice you would give to small companies?
Prepare early. It's a journey. You know, we like to look 12, 18, 24 months out from your listing and then bring in a team of advisors and professionals that can teach you the necessary aspects of corporate governance, of financial reporting, making sure your organization and your operations are geared towards public ownership. Most founders are typically oriented around private ownership and aren't used to the transparency and the governance required. And then of course there's all the necessary listing metrics. And all of these things take time, and I like to say to practice. And then to be able to be prepared for when the markets open. Like in this current market, you know, the IPO markets are doing better now than they have in 15 years, although everybody thinks the market is closed. First quarter had an increase of 231% over last year at this time. So we want entrepreneurs to understand you want to be ready and prepared for when you go to market, and of course in this case, when the markets open more fully.
And what are your growth plans for the company?
So, you know, we are just in a place right now where, being a publicly traded company, having the opportunity now to expand across the United States. Our model, again, is very different. So a lot of the traditional brokerages, I have been reaching out, hearing about La Rosa and seeing kind of the momentum that we've been able to create. And we're having opportunities now on the M&A side now across the United States. And plus, we've been very active. I would say we've been almost averaging at least 2 acquisitions per month now since we've actually gone public back in October. So we're very excited for the opportunity now ahead and really kind of become one of the leaders in the real estate space.
Yeah, and Peter, let's finish. Tell me your book again, and then also any other last pieces of advice for companies that may watch this interview and go, hey, you know, maybe I can go public.
So the book is called The Entrepreneur's IPO, and it really is geared towards entrepreneurs like Joe who want to understand what's possible in the world of listing their companies. Small cap and micro cap is our area of focus. And the reality that you can access capital as an alternative to private equity and venture capital. You know, currently there's trillions of dollars on the sidelines. We're still getting companies done, and as I mentioned earlier, the IPO market surprisingly is much stronger than people realize. So reading the book, it's available on Amazon. You can get some beginning of the education. Of course, anybody can reach out directly to me, and I'm happy to provide information. And specifically, I think the takeaway is, if you're committed to the journey, start early. Prepare yourself early for when the opportunity comes that you really do have the ability to attract significant investors, significant capital that's transformative in nature.
Yeah, no, good advice. I think I might read that book. So thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Join the sustainable revolution with SGTM. Our groundbreaking carbon capture technology transforms emissions into nutrients, tackling waste, and fighting climate change. By storing captured carbon and offering offset credits, we're restoring land and building a greener future. Join us in the fight for a sustainable planet. Together, we can make a difference. SGTM, innovating for a sustainable tomorrow.
The Sustainable Green Team is a company that is leading the way in revolutionizing sustainability through the utilization of state-of-the-art technology. Their primary objective is to convert waste into valuable nutrients, thereby creating a positive impact on the planet. And they're also offering innovative solutions, and Sustainable Green Team actively assisting companies in achieving their climate sustainability targets as well. So with me, CEO Tony Rayner, great to have you back here. And I guess just tell us about the recent increase you've had in executives and some of the management team.
Yeah, as you know, our company has really pivoted from mulch manufacturing into technology. And so we've really brought in some incredible talent to take on a global mission. It takes a really unique team. And so, experts between financial, governance, sustainability, yeah, we've really increased our horsepower.
So what can we expect to see from Sustainable Green Team in the next few months?
I would say you're going to see some serious momentum. Our company is gearing up all across the world, and we're seeing some great movement, and you're going to see some big things.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So tell us a little bit about the company. For people that haven't seen our interviews, this is what you're doing. I gave a little intro, but explain a little.
Yeah, we have a very disruptive technology that solves global issues from different facets. I mean, we know that the world has depleting soil issues, and we have a technology that turns waste into nutrients. And we do it in a way that is it's a paradigm shift. It's from the old methods of utilizing waste that would actually create more issues with climate, gases being released. With our technology, we actually sequester carbon, and we are able to attack serious global issues from odors, disease, global famines, food security. And so we have a revolutionary technology, and it's scalable, and it's pretty simple because we're taking what the world's waste issues are that are creating a problem, and we're utilizing them to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank
pretty
you so
cool.
much, Tony.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Your data is vulnerable to hackers, with email being the cause of 91% of all cyber attacks. Introducing secure, Swiss-hosted, data-mine-free, private and secure solutions to protect your communications. Secure Mail offers secure and private email communication. Secure Messenger offers private and secure chats. Secure VPN encrypts your internet traffic and protects your digital identity. Regain your privacy today. Visit Secure at secure.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry, along with Alain Guillai, the CEO of Secure. So the weekly hack topic is another big one. They all seem to be big and getting bigger, Alain. But we've got the FBI, the NSA, and the U.S. Department of State. They've issued a joint cybersecurity advisory warning of state-sponsored email hack. These attacks may be caused by a North Korean military intelligence agency. So what are they getting into? How are they getting our information? And how the heck is this happening? And most importantly, how can we protect ourselves from this?
So we basically have a system that if an email is not properly configured from a sender, meaning mycompany.com type email, it just won't go through. So that's a protection that we have with a secure mail. On the email part of it, we have something called Secure Send. And Secure Send is a way for me to send to a non-secure user an email without the recipient's user ISP being able to read it, and without essentially people sniffing the email in between, the hackers, and reading the content and modifying it, which is what business email compromises. And the concept is all the communication resides in our Swiss multiple redundant security server, because you can basically go back and forth now in full privacy. That's the idea, without everybody else looking at your email and intercepting and, you know, causing big damages, financial damages.
Well, that's a big idea, and that's the mission and the vision behind Secure. Privacy has arrived. Now, for our viewers interested in your services, what's the promo code today, Alain?
You can go to secure.com and use promo code privacy. And again, we don't use big tech. We don't use open source coding. We have our own infrastructure, and we only abide by the Swiss privacy laws, which are the strictest in the world. And you'll see a variety of packages as you check. There's bundle that you can add on, and you get 15% off for the next 5 years with that promo code privacy.
Well, there you have it. Now it's time to regain your privacy with Secure. Thanks for joining us again, Alain.
Thanks, Anna, and careful everyone out there in the cyberspace. Thank you.